after Jesus was taken up into heaven, the apostles returned to Jerusalem. After Jesus was taken up into heaven, if you are reading this story, you might think that the end has come. The story is over. Jesus had been taken up to heaven. The apostles have returned to Jerusalem. What next? You see, friends, not all books end with the last event of the book. Some books have what we call an epilogue, which means that sometimes when we read such books, you might think that it is the end of the story. Yet, if you continue to the next page, the next chapter, you come across the epilogue, you know there's something more to follow. Your life, my life, our life is more than a story. There is an epilogue to your life. Amen. No, recently I was reading the book Jesus of Nazareth by Pope Benedict XVI, known as Joseph Ratzinger. And when I read that book, I first had the audio version. Somebody bought it for me actually. And then I needed to read the hard copy. And I asked, and someone generously bought me the hard copy. The difference I realized was this. Whereas the audio version of the book ended in the last chapter, when I had the hard copy, I realized there was an epilogue that wasn't captured by the audio. So if I had relied on only the audio version of that book, I would have missed something. God will make sure that you don't miss even one little bit of your life. Amen. He'll make sure that if there should be an epilogue, he'll put it there. Our friends are here. They just wrote their exams. They don't know the next chapter. But like what we are hearing today, I want to assure them that there is an epilogue to your story. Amen. You'll see better things in the next chapter. Amen. And that is for all of us anyway. Some married. You open the new chapter of your life. Expect something better. So we hear Jesus was taken up to heaven. They went home. It is not over. There is something special to follow. And now we know the epilogue to be what? The Holy Spirit. So you see how God joins the story? He doesn't leave it like that. Jesus has left them, they are alone, they have nobody. And then what happens to them? No. God will provide an epilogue chapter, the Holy Spirit. If you need an epilogue chapter to your life, I will give you today the Holy Spirit. He is the one who can bridge between your tomorrows and your yesterdays, the past and the future. Invite this Holy Spirit anytime you are faced with any challenge, any decision. He will put the two together and give you what you deserve. Amen. Christ the King. Christ the King. Christ the King. So there is a changeover from the ascension to what next we know now as the Holy Spirit. Changeovers are not interesting because when you are making a changeover, there is what they call uncertainties. I don't know whether you have had any changeover in your life before. If you have gone through this experience, you understand what I'm saying. You leave a job and you don't have any new job, you are worried. That friend leaves you in the relationship and don't have anyone waiting, you are worried. So changeovers always come with uncertainties. Jesus left them and this changeover, the disciples didn't know what to do. But in a few minutes, I want to show you four ways to face your changeovers in life. Just four. The first we hear in the reading from Acts chapter 1 is when they had returned from the mountain after Jesus' ascension, they went back to Jerusalem. Some changeovers we need to remain in Jerusalem. Tell somebody, remain in Jerusalem. Remain in Jerusalem. Jesus had instructed them, actually before he left, that, look, don't move an inch. Go back to Jerusalem because I have something better for you. Jerusalem has old memories, don't forget. It was the place that they beat their master and they crucified him. The place that Peter had to say, I don't know him 3 times. You remember the story? And then they say, go back to the same Jerusalem. So sometimes remaining in Jerusalem means facing some old experiences, some past memories coming back to you, facing the same difficult people you know in the past, the people who didn't like you, the people who insulted you, the people who were against you. These are the Jerusalems. Yet, if you want to make a powerful change over in life, you begin from there. That's the first step. Remain in the Jerusalem you are, because that is how God is going to upgrade you from that Jerusalem, something higher, something better. So it's the first step. Don't run away. Don't rush. Don't be in a rush to get something new. You lose a relationship, want to start something. No, don't rush. Remain in Jerusalem, in that pain, in that hurt. Your marriage has been for years. You want to have any child in your marriage, things are not working. Please, remain in your Jerusalem. Don't rush. Just accept the conditions you are in. You are struggling with some sin, some difficulty, and you want to wish you could just jump to the next level of holiness. Don't rush. Remain in Jerusalem. Accept that you are a sinner. You need God's help. It is this Jerusalem that God will use to bring something new into your life. Amen. The second step of having a spiritual changeover. One is remain in Jerusalem. And then we hear that when they had remained in Jerusalem, they went and then they went up the upper room. Create an upper room. Amen. Tell somebody next to you, create an upper room. Create an upper room. The disciples knew that remaining in Jerusalem would be meaningless, be frustrating, be hurting if they had no upper room, a place of consolation, a place of encounter, a place that will unite you once back to your God. We all have it. We have the upper rooms around us at home, at the offices, at school. It is your heart. Create an encounter with God there in your heart. It is the upper room of upper rooms. The most important upper room in our life is our heart. Meet God in prayer. When we go to God in prayer, we have entered our upper rooms. So sometimes, to make changeovers, you need to create this upper room or even revisit these upper rooms. Because we know that it is the same prayer that led you to this. Now things are not working, you are no more praying. Go back to your upper room. Create it, revisit it. And when you go back to the upper room, then God is gradually pathing your new changeover. So don't let us take that for granted. Create an upper room, a place of experience with God, a place of prayer. The next step in facing your spiritual changeovers. Again, we read. So they went to the upper room where they were staying, and we hear the names of the apostles that were there. Some, Peter and Matthew, James. The list continues, and then it ends silently. You know, the mention of the 11 apostles at this time is not by coincidence. Because sometimes to make changeovers in your life, you need to check your list. Hello? Christ the King? Tell somebody, check your list. Check your list. You see, they had all gone there to Jesus ascending. They come back. They have to make sure that everybody is what? Is present. Everybody is back. You have to check the list. So here, Luke telling us he wrote this book, beautiful book, very beautiful. He lists them 1, 2, 3, 4, all the 11. They were all there. List what? List checked. Then he checked like that. To make some changeovers in your life, sit down and check your list. That list might include you changing certain. First, check what do I have. What you have will help you to know what you can do. You want a new job? Check your list. What is your CV? What are the prospects? What can you do with this CV, this qualification? Want a new relationship, a better marriage? Check your list. What do I have now in my relationship? What can I do with that? Checking the list is a requirement for a changeover. The disciples did that. They checked the list and made sure everybody was present. And if you check your list and something is absent, you find out and then you can put it at the right place. So let's not forget, check your list. We have done 3 already, I said 4. So let's see. The first one I said was what? Remain in Jerusalem. Changeovers, don't forget, we are making a spiritual changeover. The second one was create an upper room. And then the third one is what? Check your list. The last one, for those who might be listening to me who are not Catholics, this one will not sound close to you, but I want you to invite it in. Keep Mary close. Amen. I'm not saying it. Listen. I'm reading from the same word of God, the gospel, the word of God from Acts chapter 1, 12 to 14, the first reading. And they say all these, the list were there, together in prayer, with women and Mary, the mother of Jesus. So see, this woman was there every time of the journey. When Jesus was born, she was the only person who was there. Hope you are aware. And now Jesus went to heaven. She went there for the ascension event, and she's back even at the upper room. No wonder when the Holy Spirit came on the Pentecost day, Mary was there. Mary is charismatic. Mary is charismatic. She has all the spirits, the charisms. In solitude, when thoughts are piercing her heart, sometimes not even speaking, yet she's seen at the forefront. Where the disciples go, she's there. Sometimes to be at the background, she's there silently with Jesus. And at the cross, we hear that when Jesus was dying, when everybody had left, she was there. Friends, this woman is one we all need because she has seen it all. She has been to all the places. Keep Mary close. Keep Mary close. That is the final step for a changeover. When this woman is close by you, close to you, then she will help you to face the challenges of life. One Hail Mary can bring her close to you. Just a simple Hail Mary. The rosary, why not? Very good. Visiting the place of prayer, the grottos, why not? This is the month of May, the month of Mary, the month of motherhood. So friends, these words should help you to change over from your past to your future, to change over from your present to a future, which is full of uncertainties. I'll end with what Jesus said in the gospel. If you go there, you hear that he says, I'm praying for my people, my disciples, because they are in the world. What we know is that the word church comes from that Greek word, ecclesia. And ecclesia comes from 2 backgrounds. Ek, which is out of, and kalein, to call. So the church is made of people who are called out of. Ecclesia, kalein, that's it. So we are all called out of course. We are called out of darkness into what? The marvelous light. So there's always a changeover when you become a Christian. You are moved from your place to a new place. The same message. I want to encourage you that whatever situation you are in now, Jesus will call you out of that situation. Amen. Whatever intention that is on your heart today, may Jesus call you out of that intention to a better one. Amen. And whatever prayer, petition you bring before God this morning, may it move from your heart into the heart of Jesus. Amen. May he bless us today and always. Amen.